Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. This is your Akazaki Yahoo, and I start this broadcast as I would start any broadcast by giving all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Baha Hashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Yisrael who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom Wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together. And we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I am joined this afternoon by my most esteemed Ak Kenaniah. Shabbat Shalom, Aki.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, my king. Shabbat Shalom, Yasharal.
Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High indeed. So last night we read and completed the book of Ruth, and that brings us now to the book of Samuel, the book of First Samuel, chapter number 1, and we will pick up from there and begin to uh, understand this portion of the history of our ancestors here, and the instruction of the Most High, most important. Uh, this is the first book of Samuel, chapter number 1, and the headline reads. Uh, Elkniah and his wives. Am I saying that right? Elkniah,
Elkanah.
Elkanah, Salakia, Elkanah and his wives. Verse 1. Now there was a certain man of Ramoth, uh, Ramoth Amazohim. I know I butchered that. Of the Mount Ephraim, and his name was Elkanah, and his son Jeraham, and the son of Elihu, the son of Tohu, the son of Zu, Zuphu, the Ephraimite. All right, so we got a couple of names, a couple of things to look at here. Let's go ahead and get to that. I know I butchered this name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's actually 6. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, the first one we've seen with more than 5. I thought 5 was the limit, but okay. So we got Ramatham Tham Yim Sophim. Is that about right?
That's what I would have said. Ramatha Yom Zathim.
Okay, kind. Ramathas Yim Sophim. Okay, kind. Whew, yeah, that is a mouthful. All right. Um, so it means double height of watchers, a place of Samuel located in the hills of Ephraim, the same as 87414. Uh,
And if my memory serves me correctly,
uh-huh.
I want to say that this land is in the portion that was given to Ephraim,
Okay.
but I want to say that this was a Levite city.
Okay. Okay. One of the places that the Levites were to operate.
Uh-huh.
Okay, kind. Okay, just looking here. So, First Sam 1, C2, 87414 below says the hills of Ephraim, home of Samuel, um, perhaps if distinct from one, uh, Bested Rimot, 13 miles northeast of Lada, Rimont, 3 miles southwest of Bethel. Um, okay, I think that's Greek.
Yeah, con.
Yeah, or yeah, something like that. All right, and let's check out his name. Elkanah, uh, Most High has possessed, or Most High has created. Saul's father, or Samuel's father, I don't know how to say Saul, a ruler of Jerusalem in the time of King Ahaz, one of David's mighty warriors, son of Korah, and several Levites. So several Levites carried this name, Elkanah. All right, let's continue. And let's check out his son.
Well, that was his. He was the son of this guy.
Oh, Salakia, the son of, okay, Salakia. Let's check out his father. I meant to say that. Salika. Told out for keeping me straight on that one. Huh?
Yeah.
Yuri O. Uh,
Come.
Com, Com, Yuri O. Com. All right, I was pretty sure I butchered that one at the beginning. So, uh, showing pity, father of Elkanah, grandfather of Samuel, the house of Kohath, a Benjamite, and the founder of the family of the Benjamites, father of the progenitor of E. hmm, Abinah, Abiniah.
Khan.
Okay, the Benjamite, um, maybe same as the second or the number two. Descendant of Aharon the priest, the family of Imar, son of Pusha, father of Adonai, Adonai,
Daya.
Adiah, Salakia. I said that's not Adonai. Another priest, maybe same as four. Now this is the first time I kind of brush it off, but I'm like, where are they getting these numbers from?
And I want to say, like, we didn't read it there, but I want to say Korah was his father.
Oh, core was?
Yeah, I want to say we read that in Chronicles, I believe.
Okay, okay. Resident of Gedor, father of one of David's mighty warriors, a Danite whose son or descendant Azariah, Azrael, uh, was headed for the tribe of the time, was head of the tribe at the time of David, father of uh, Azor, one of the captors of, one of the captains of uh, Yehoda,
Jehoiada.
Jehoiada, in the time of Athola,
Atalia.
Atelia, Atelia, Tolaki. Whew. Well, these names will be something for me here. Um, let's go to LU.
Oh, okay, Khan. And I
Oh,
was Salakia. I
okay.
was wrong because I said that that one right there was the son of Kohath or Korah. It is it's Tohu, or no, it's Zup. It's either Zup or Tohu that is a son of Korah.
Okay. 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 So you're looking at that in a different, in another
Yeah,
book. Okay.
indeed.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Elihu. Elihu.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He is my power. So I like that one. I can get with that Elihu. Uh, so a young man who rebuked Job and his three friends, Ephraimite, Samson's great grandfather, a Manassite warrior, chief of David, son of Shema, um, uh, Shemaiah,
Shemaiah.
Shemaiah, okay, and Kor,
Korahite.
Korite, gatekeeper. And David had a brother by the same name of Elihu. All right, so yeah, we saw this first time seeing this in Samuel and in Chronicles and in Job. We'll see. All right. So let's go to Tohu. I hope that's a good name. That sounds like a yeah, Tohu. Lowly. No.
Right,
I
right.
was ready to like that name. Like Tohu, it's Tohu. No, this uh not, well, I guess it could be. You could look at it as lowly in the sense of being humble. Uh, but man, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to name my son lowly. You know what I'm saying? Like, mm, uh, and then Zoo. Let's see what that.
Zoof.
Zoof. Soof. 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 Uh, or Z4 high.
Mm-hmm.
Z4 high. Honeycomb. Yeah, I would definitely wouldn't use that one. Honeycomb. Nothing wrong with honeycomb, but I would name my child that. Um, District Northwest of Jerusalem, where Saul encountered Shemuel. Honeycomb Palace. Okay, let's continue. All right, verse number 2. And he had 2 wives. The name of the one was Hannah, and the name of the other was Pen Penin
Penaniah.
Peninnah. Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. All right, let's get into these two co-team here. Hannah, Grace. I like that. I like
Mm-hmm.
Hannah.
That's Yash up in Cincinnati. That's his wife's name.
Oh, okay. Hannah. I like that. If I had a daughter, I could name her Hannah. Let's see what Peninnah says. Peninnah. Jewel. I like that one too. Peninnah. Call her Jewel for short.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So Hananiah had no children, and Peninnah did. Verse 3. And this man went up out of the city yearly to worship and sacrifice unto Yahuwah of hosts in Shiloh. And the 2 sons, uh, Eli Hop, Hophanah,
Yeah, Hophany.
Hophanim, and uh,
Phineas.
Phineas, the
Mm-hmm.
priest of Yahuwah, were there. All right. So let's take a look at these couple ones. Uh, Eli, we've seen, have we not?
Khan.
Okay. Remember what it was?
Nah, I don't.
Okay.
Uh,
Ali, Ali, Ascension. Yeah, Eli is a common name in English. I think because it's easy. Um, let's check out Hopni, Hofni, uh,
Pugilist.
pugilist. It's like fighter.
I'm not sure what that means.
Let's take a look at it in Google here. We were looking at maps earlier. Let's go to see what pugilist is. Boxer. Yeah,
Mm.
professional. Yep, yep. Okay. Uh, so so he was a fighter.
Khan.
Yeah, and then Phineas, Penny AS, AWS, Mouth of Brass. Hmm. Mouth of Brass. What? Okay. All right. Let's continue. Some of this you just gotta you just roll with it, roll with the punch. Number 4. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Peninnah his wife, and to all his sons and his daughters por- portions. But Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah, but Yahuwah had shut up her womb, and her advisory also provoked her sore, for to make her fret, because Yahuwah had shut up her womb. And her adversary, or Sliga, also had provoked her sore, to make her fret, because Yahuwah had shut up her womb. Advisor, that's her adversary. Slakia. Verse number 7. And as he did so year by year, when he went to the house of Yahuwah, so so he pro- so he provoked her. Therefore she wept and did not eat. And when Elina, Eli and her husband, to her, Hannah, why weepest you? Oh, Slicker. Then said Eliana, her husband, unto to her, Hannah, why weep you? And what eat you now? And why eat you not? Why are you not eating? And why is your heart grieved? Am I not better than you, than 10 sons? Am I not better to you than 10 sons? Verse 9. And Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drunk. And Eli, the priest, said unto the Slikah, set up on the seat by the posts of the temple of Yahuwah. I butchered that. Let me read that again. So Anna rose up after she had eaten in Shiloh, and after she had drunk. And Eli, the priest, sat up on the seat by the post of the temple of Yahuwah. And she was in bitterness of soul, and prayed unto Yahuwah, and wept sore. And she vowed a vow, and said, O Yahuwah of hosts, if you would indeed look on the affliction of my handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid, but will give unto thine handmaid a man child, then I will give him unto Yahuwah all the days of his life, and there shall no razor come upon his head.
Man, this reminds us of what we had previously read in the book of
Judges,
Shaphatim. Khan.
yeah, kind, yes indeed. But she's asking for this one. That one was
Was
hers. I
chosen.
mean, yeah, that one came to them. She's asking the Most High for this one. So yeah, interesting. Kind of a contrast there. Verse 12. And it came to pass, as she continued praying before Yahuwah, that Eli marked her mouth. What does that mean? He marked her mouth. Or like told her that. Let's see what this says. Shamar, to keep, guarded, observe, give heed, to keep, have charge of. So basically, I think he like put his hand over her, like his finger over her, like don't say it, don't talk.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Verse 13. Now Hannah had spoken in her heart, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli thought she had been drunken. So he thought she didn't set up here and got loaded.
Mhm.
And Eli said unto her, how long will you be drunken? Put away the wine from you.
Mm.
Like, girl, you tripping. Verse 15. And Hannah answered and said, No, my master, I am a woman of sorrowful spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but have poured out my soul before Yahuwah. Count not thine handmaid for a daughter of, oh, is that the evil one?
Con.
Yeah, yeah. For out of the abundance of my com- complaint and grief have I spoken hitherto. And Eli answered and said, Go in peace, and the power of Israel grant you your petition that have asked for him. So he was complicit. He had a chance to you know what I'm saying, to disallow it, but nope, he heard it and he didn't. And the day that he heard it. So
Con.
that
That's
law is
law.
we see that, yes indeed. Verse 18. And she said, Thy handmaid find grace in thy sight. So the woman went her way and did eat, and her countenance was no more sad. So this is Eli. Eli is the prince, is the priest. So I was initially thinking that this was her husband, and she was calling herself his maid, her handmaid, but this is the priest. So she's saying that she would serve him, or she would be a servant to him. Uh, Samuel is born to Hannah. So this is the birth of Samuel here. Verse 19. And they rose up in the morning early and worshiped before Yahuwah, and returned and came to their house to Ramah. And Elkanah knew Hannah his wife, and Yahuwah remembered her. Wherefore it came to pass that the time was come about after Hannah had conceived, that she bare a son, and called his name Samuel, saying, Because I have asked him of Yahuwah. So let's take a look at Samuel's name.
Okay. Shemuel.
Shemuel. Shemuel. The name of Eli, son of Elkanah and his wife Hannah, and judge or prophet of Israel during the days of Shaul and Daud, son of Ammuhud, and the prince of the tribe of Simeon, who was chosen to divide the land of Canaan between the tribes, spelled Shamuel, son of Tola, grandson of Issachar, spelled Shamuel. All right. See anything else significant down here? All right. All right. Let's go. Let's continue. Verse
Should be 21, I think.
21. Okay, I was thinking that. Verse 21. And the man Elkanah and his house, Slikah, and all his house went up to offer unto Yahuwah the yearly sacrifice, and he vowed. But Hannah went up, Slikah, but Hannah went not up, for she said unto her husband, I will not go up until the child be weaned, and then I will bring him, and then I will, Slikah, then I will bring him, that he may appear before Yahuwah and there abide forever. So she knew she had to give this child to the basically got to leave him with the priest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Verse 23. Now, would he have given her that's a question that we got to think about. Would he have given her this child if she would not have vowed that vow? Or if she would have just said, give me a child for my husband's sake, would uh would he have given it to her? So that's a question mark. I mean, of course, he took Samuel and did great things with him. But if she would have just said, give me a child for my husband's sake, or even for my womanhood, sake, or whatever the case, you know, would he have obliged her there? But let's continue. Verse 23. And Elkanah, her husband, said unto her, do what seemeth you good. Tarry until you have weaned him. Only Yahuwah established his words. So the woman abode and gave her son suck until she weaned him. And when she had weaned him, she took him up with her with 3 bullocks and 1 ephah of flour and a bottle of wine, and brought him unto the house of Yahuwah in Shiloh. And the child was young. And they slew the bullock and brought the child to Eli. And she said, O my master, also Shlika, as your soul live, my master, I am the woman that stood by you here, praying unto Yahuwah. For this child I prayed, and Yahuwah have given me my petition, which I asked him of him. Therefore also I have lent him to Yahuwah. As long as he live, he shall be lent to Yahuwah, and he shall worship Yahuwah there. So she basically giving him over. So basically she had this baby for the sake of Yahuwah instead of her own. So
And
she
it's
just
like the Most High has raised something up in her spirit, like
yeah,
for a specific purpose. You know what I mean?
Khan. Yeah, he did that for yeah, because I mean look what Samuel, you familiar uh, with his story. Look what he would become. He was a great judge in Israel.
Hmm.
And you know, really got things really brought some uh what's the word I'm looking
Unification.
for? Yeah, but Khan, absolutely. So much that Shaul went to seek him after he was deceased.
Hmm.
Because he was so well connected to the Most High. So, uh, chapter 2, Hannah's song of thanksgiving. Verse 1. And Hannah prayed and said, my heart rejoiced in Yahuwah. My horn is exalted in Yahuwah. My mouth is enlarged over mine enemies, because I rejoice in thy salvation. Verse 2. There is none set apart as Yahuwah, for there is none beside you, neither is there any rock like our power. Talk no more so exceedingly proud. Let not uh, arrogancy come out of your mouth. For Yahuwah is the power of knowledge. By him actions are weighed. The bows of the mighty men are broken, and they that stumble that are girded with strength. That that they that were full are hired out themselves for bread, and they that were hungry ceased. I mean, they dead.
Hmm.
They that were hungry ceased.
No more.
Yeah. So that the barren have borne, 7, and she that have many children is waxed feeble. Yahuwah killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yahuwah maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raised up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar, the
Beggar.
beggar, the beggar, slick guy, the beggar from the dunghill, and set them among the princes, and make them inherit the throne of esteem or glory of the pillars of the earth. Slick guy. For the pillars of the earth are Yahuwah's, and he has set the world upon them. I messed up that one part. Let me go back to the beginning. He raises up the poor. This is verse 8. He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of esteem. For the pillars of the earth are Yahuwah's, and he has set the world upon them. Sometimes I just forget punctuation and just go straight through it. Like,
I think because your mind processes it, you just don't say like what your mind is processed. Like you know what it is.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right, right. Sometimes I get confused, and sometimes I don't know. It's strange. Reading has never been my thing, but coming into this knowledge, it's clicked for me. I gotta pull it up and go right into it. So uh, it's been a barakah. So verse 9, he will keep his feet for his saints. Slick. He will keep his feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. The adversary of Yahuwah shall be broken to pieces. Out of Shamaim shall he thunder upon them. Yahuwah shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king, the and exalt the horn of his anointed. So she's saying Yahuwah, and then she's saying he should give strength to his king. So this was before there was a king in Israel. So is this king Mashiach she talking about?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at that. She mentioning him. She's saying his king. Let's see what this is. Malek. Yeah, yeah. Malek is king. Shalom Malek. All right, let's continue. Yeah, that's interesting that she mentioned that like that. You know. So let's continue. Verse 11. And Elkanah went to Ramoth to his house, and the child did minister unto Yahuwah before Eli the priest. The sin of Eli's sons. Oh boy. So this the priest's sons about to go off, I guess.
Yeah, they was a trip.
Wow. Let's get to it. Verse 12. Now the sons of Eli were sons of the evil one. They knew not Yahuwah. Ain't that crazy? So you a priest, he a priest, and his
Mm-hmm.
sons were sons of the evil one. They
Con.
didn't know Yahuwah.
And these are descendants of Aharon.
Wow. That is unreal. Unreal. And the priest's custom with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servant came while the flesh was yet seething, and the flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand. Slickah, with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand, and he stuck it into the pan or kettle, or cauldron, or pot, all that the flesh hook brought up, the priest took of himself. So they did in uh, Shiloh, unto all the Israelites that came there. Also, before they burned the fat, the priest's servant came and said to the man who sacrificed, give flesh to roast for the priest, for he will not have sodden flesh of you, but raw. And if any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, that then take as much of your soul desire, that he would answer him, nay, but you shall give it to me now, and if not, I will take it by force.
Right.
What?
Right.
That's what it's. So these were the sons of the evil one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they're like, I'm gonna take your stuff if you don't give it to me. So they were jackers.
Indeed.
Verse 17. So they got. Wherefore the sin of the young men were great before Yahuwah, and the men abhorred the offering of Yahuwah. Samuel before Yahuwah as a boy. Verse 18. But Samuel ministered before Yahuwah being a child, girded with a linen ephod. Moreover, his mother made him a little coat and brought it to him in the morning, and he put it on his head. As his mother, but his father as her husband.
You know, I like just thinking about how the sons of Eli have
Mhm.
gone off. You know, these are priests, you know what I mean, who are supposed to be teaching the people righteousness.
Right.
You think about how far people, I mean, think about how the preachers in the church now
Yeah.
have their people going off. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
Okay.
it's could definitely draw a parallel between this generation and that generation there as
Okay.
well, man. And uh it's upsetting, man. It's
Yeah.
upsetting.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. Yeah. That is. It's definitely. Uh. You know. Straight. Basically the same. But man, there's so much truth available now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much. It's so many people that are speaking truth. If you really wanted truth, you could have it. I mean, you don't have to be in darkness.
It
You could
comes.
really have truth if you wanted it. So for those who will seek it, for those who will try to find it, I mean, it's there. It's there. So verse 20. And Eli Barak Elinah and his wife, and said, Yahuwah give you seed of this woman for the loan which is lent to Yahuwah. And they went unto their own home. And Yahuwah visited Hannah so that she conceived and bare 3 sons and 2 daughters. And the child grew, Silikai, and the child Samuel grew before Yahuwah. So he gave her even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she didn't just have, she gave up one and ended up getting, what, five? 2 sons and 3 daughters?
It comes.
Or 3 sons and 2 daughters. I said it backwards. All right. Eli rebukes his sons. Now Eli was very old and heard all that his sons did unto all Israel, and how they laid with women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So they was just way out there. I mean, they being with women at the assembly, at the congregation,
All right.
at the tabernacle. I mean, that's way out there. No wonder they call them sons of evil.
And con.
Yes, indeed. And he said unto them, why you do such things? For I hear of your evil dealings with all this people. Uh, Nay, my sons, for it is not good. It is not a good report that I hear. You make Yahuwah's people to transgress. Verse 25. If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against Yahuwah, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they hearken not unto the voice of their father, because Yahuwah would slay them. Because they hearken them. So they didn't listen to their father because the Most High would slay them.
I understand they hearken not unto the voice of their father.
Because Yahuwah would slay them. I don't understand that.
Well, I guess that's eventually like what happens. So,
So they just gonna do what they're gonna do regardless. Okay, so that makes sense. That do make sense then. Seem like if you listen to the voice of your father, Yahuwah would spare you. But I guess they were so deep into folly, these were probably, if he was that old, so they probably was up there as well.
hmm
All right, verse 26. And the child Samuel grew on and was in favor both with Yahuwah and also with men. And there came a man of the Most High unto Eli and said unto him, thus saith Yahuwah, did I plainly appear unto the house of your father when they were in Egypt in Pharaoh's house? And did I choose him out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priest and offer upon mine altar, to burn incense, to wear an ephod before me? And did I give unto the house of my father all the offerings made by fire of the children of Israel? Wherefore kick you at my sacrifice and at mine offering, which I commanded that my habitation and honor your sons above me, to make yourselves fat with the with the what is that chiefest with the chiefest
Yeah.
of all the offering of Israel, my people. Wherefore Yahuwah, power of Israel, saith, I said indeed that your house and the house of your father shall walk before me. Therefore, but now Yahuwah said, be it far from me for them to have honor me. Salika, for them that honor me will I honor, and they that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. Behold, the days come that I will cut off thine arm and the arm of your father's house, that there shall not be an old man in your house. Like, well, I'm gonna kill all y'all before y'all even get old.
hmm
'Cause y'all some devils. Verse 32. And you shall see an enemy in my habitation, and all the wealth which the Most High shall give Israel. And there shall not be an old man in your house forever. I make you wonder, some of these people who die young, why is that the case with them?
Indeed, Doc.
Yeah. And like You probably a part of Eli's house
Well,
as it is transpired. You got that curse on you. Uh, verse 33. And the man of thine, whom I shall not cut off from thine altar, shall be consumed thine eyes, shall be to consume thine eyes, and to grieve thine heart, and all the increase of thine house shall die in the flowers of their age. And this shall be a sign upon you that shall come upon your two sons, on Hap, uh, Hapna,
Hophni,
Hopni, and Penny, Pinahas. I said that right.
Phineas.
Phineas. My goodness, I never get that one right. Phineas. In one day they they shall die, both of them. Wow. Did we look at their names, Abner?
We did,
We
and
did.
I mean, I want to say that they were, names of, that we liked, or that,
Oh yeah, because Hopna. Let me just look. Take a quick peek. Was it? Oh,
a
pugilist.
boxer.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he was the one that fight, and then Phineas was the mouth of brass. Okay, Phineas I didn't understand, but yeah, the pugilist. Okay, all right. Verse 35. And I will raise me up a faithful priest that shall do according to that which is in mine heart and in my mind, and I will build him a sure house, and he shall walk before thine anointed forever. He's talking about a Mashiach right there. And it shall come to pass that every one that left in thine house shall come and crouch to him for a piece of silver and a morsel of bread, and shall say, Put me, I pray you, into one of the priest's office, that I may eat of a piece of bread. All right. First Samuel chapter 3. Okay, this was just 21 verses. Just curious about that. All right. Uh, the prophetic called Samuel. The prophetic called to
The
Samuel. The
prophetic.
prophetic called to Samuel. Look, now I'm trying to really break down all these words that I'm
Right, the English words, we trying to break them down like
right,
they Hebrew.
right,
We done put 6 syllables into
right. Kind. Look, I'm looking right over the word and trying to go into the sounding out of it. All right, chapter number 3 and verse number 1. Um, and the child Samuel ministered unto Yahuwah before Eli, and the word of Yahuwah was precious in those days. There was no open vision. There was no open vision. So uh, very few people were dealing with the Most High. So that tell you, it was a lot of corruption. We far beyond what Moshe, what the Most High dealt with Moshe face to face, and did pretty almost the same as he did with Moshe with Joshua, and we're well beyond that now. Because now the word of Yahuwah is considered precious because it's limited. It's not prevalent like it was then. So, verse 2. And it came to pass at the next time when Eli was laid down in his place, and his eyes began to wax dim, that he could not see, and e, Ere, Ere, E-R-E,
yeah.
Ere, and the lamp of the Most High, out of the temple of Yahuwah. There was an ark there. The ark of the Most High was, and Samuel was laid down to sleep. That Yahuwah called Samuel, and he answered, Here am I. And he ran to Eli and said, Here am I, for you callest me. And he said, I called not, lie down again. And he went and lay down. And Yahuwah called yet again, Samuel. And Samuel arose and went to Eli and said, Here am I, for you didst call me. And he answered, I called not, my son, lie down again. So okay, so I'm thinking in my mind when he's hearing this voice of the Most High, he's thinking it's Eli.
Con.
So is he saying that it sounds like Eli,
I
or
was thinking
just
the same thing.
right?
I'm gonna tell you, and the reason I thought that, I was thinking that, I remember one time my mother had gone to the grocery store,
Uh,
and I hear her downstairs calling my name. So I run down there, and there's nobody there.
wow.
Yeah. But I never thought that it was the Most High. I thought I thought my mother was playing games, honestly.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't think I've had that where I've heard a voice and then I went to it and it wasn't there. I have heard things and I thought that's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my mind. I didn't hear that. That was my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've done that. Verse 7. Now Samuel did not yet know Yahuwah, neither was the word of Yahuwah yet revealed unto him. And Yahuwah called Samuel again the third time, and he arose and went to Eli and said, here am I, for you did call me. And Eli perceived that Yahuwah had called the child. Therefore Eli said unto Samuel, Go lie down, and it shall be, if he call you, that you shall speak Yahuwah for that you shall speak Yahuwah, for your servant heareth. So Samuel went and laid down in his place. And Yahuwah came and stood and called as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel answered, Speak, for your servant hear. And Yahuwah said to Samuel, Behold, I will do a thing in Israel, at which both the ears of everyone that hear it shall tingle. Wow, that is that's something else there. I'm gonna do something that when they hear about it, their ears gonna tingle. Like, whew,
Mm-hmm.
what is that gonna be? Let's get to verse 12. And that day I will perform against Eli all things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I began, I will also make an end. Yeah. Verse 13. For I have told him that I will judge his house for forever for the iniquity which he knoweth, because his sons made themselves vile, and he restored them not, or restrained them not. Slick, I restrained them not. So he didn't stop them from doing that evil.
Man, we gotta raise these children up.
Uh, yeah, he gave them that little light talk. That was a lightweight talk, and then they didn't adhere to it. But it said he was an old man, so you got to call his servants. So you got to do something.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get these boys in order.
I mean, it's either that, or the Most High will judge them.
Kind, and you too for not
Indeed.
handling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, verse 14. And therefore I have sworn unto the house of Eli, that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be purged with sacrifice, nor offerings for nor offering forever. Mm, that is some horrible news. And Samuel lay until the morning, and opened the doors of the house of Yahuwah. And Samuel feared to show Eli the vision. And Eli called Samuel and said, Samuel, my son. And he answered, Here am I. And he said, What is the thing that Yahuwah have said unto you? I pray you, hide it not from me. Uh, Most High did so, do so to you. Slikar. The Most High do so to you. And more also, if you hide anything from me at all, the thing that he said unto you. And Samuel told him uh, every whit, and hid nothing from him. And he said, It is Yahuwah. Let him do what he seeth him good. Like, what you gonna say? Like, it is like, if that's what he gonna do, then that's what it is. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I can't. But you can't. It's it. I'm here. I belong to him. He see that's what he gonna do. Then that's what it is. And Samuel grew, and Yahuwah was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground. And all of Israel from Dan even to Beersheba knew that Samuel was established to be a prophet of Yahuwah. And Yahuwah appeared again in Shiloh, and Yahuwah revealed himself to Samuel in Shiloh by the word of Yahuwah. So it don't say, I guess, yeah, well, it said none of his words fell to the ground. So I guess that was it for Eli,
Mm-hmm.
as he has said. Yeah, so the lesson we got to take from that is you got to keep them children straight. And
Indeed, Doc.
when they go off, you gotta rebuke them.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta rebuke them and get them straight. So, uh, I'm gonna start with verse 4, chapter 4.
Doc. This
So
is the book of First Samuel, chapter 4. Philistines take the ark in victory. Verse 1. And the word of Samuel came to all Israel. Now Israel went out against the Philistines to battle and pitched beside Ebenezer, and the Philistines pitched in Apet. And the Philistines, oh, did you want to look those Apet and
Khan and Ebenezer. Yeah,
Ebenezer?
I don't think we've seen Ebenezer at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. Wow.
Ebenezer.
Okay. So that's 6. Yeah. Stone of Help. Stone of Help. Memorial stone erected by Samuel to mark where the Most High helped Israel to defeat the Philistines north of Jerusalem. Yeah, that is the first time we've seen that. Okay. And a pick. I've
Right.
heck. Um, Enclosed Canaanite city near Erez, and a city in the territory of Ashur, a city northeast of Beirut in Transjordan. Transjordan always, it's like,
Where
okay,
exactly is that? Right.
right, exactly. All right.
All right, verse 2. And the Philistines put themselves in array against Israel. And when they joined battle, Israel was smitten before the Philistines, and they slew of the army in the field about 4,000 men.
Mm,
And when the people were coming to the camp, the elders of Israel said, Wherefore hath Yahweh smitten us today before the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the covenant of Yahweh out of Shiloh unto us, that when it come among us, it may save us out of the hand of our enemies.
Slick eye. What the heck is this?
Right.
How in the world you putting the faith in the ark of the covenant and not the one who told you to make it?
Indeed.
What
Indeed,
is
Doc.
what in the world is that? I mean, that is crazy. That's like me saying, go get my best blue garment.
Right.
Maybe it'll save me.
Or my chain,
Yeah,
my Hebrew chain. Like, let me put
kind.
that on and go fight. You know?
That's crazy. That is crazy. Wow. That is really wow. Wow. Okay, let's continue. That's like wow. I'm sorry.
Uh,
All right, we get back focused. That's like wow. No, I can't believe that. But
But
let's continue.
we shouldn't be surprised by this folly. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. You should.
That's what's going on these days.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Lots
Uh,
and lots of folly.
yep. Verse 4. So the people sent to Shiloh that they might bring from thence the ark of the covenant of Yahweh of hosts, which dwelleth between the cherubims, and the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were there with the ark of the covenant of the Most High.
So they weren't dead.
No, not yet, not yet.
Okay, okay.
And when the ark of the covenant of Yahweh came into the camp, all Israel shouted with a great shout, so that the earth rang again. And when the Philistines heard the noise of the shout, they said, what meaneth the noise of this great shout in the camp of the Hebrews? And they understood that the ark of Yahweh was coming to the camp. And the Philistines were afraid, for they said, the Most High is coming to the camp. And they said, woe unto us, for there hath not been such a thing that heretofore. Salakia. Woe unto us, for there have not been such a thing heretofore.
Like every time we see that thing, we get our butts kicked.
Right,
But
exactly. They know what time it is, don't they?
yeah, yeah. But they don't know that that was because the Most High had told them to do this at those times, and
Mhm.
they done took it upon themselves. Yeah, the ark will deliver us. Like y'all are out of y'all mind, man. That is unreasonable.
Come.
Hmm.
All right, verse 8. Woe unto us! Who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty of, of these mighty powers? These are the powers that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness. Be strong and quit yourselves like men, O ye Philistines, that ye be not servants unto the Hebrews, as they have been to you. Quit yourselves like men and fight. And the Philistines fought, and Israel was smitten, and they fled every man into his tent. And there was a very great slaughter, for there fell of Israel 30,000 footmen.
Slick eye, my gracious, 30,000.
How many
And
was it
what
before? It was
4,000 on that
wow, so
at
it's
that period. So
34,000 now.
34,000 in this couple of times. Now, what's crazy? What right before you started that last verse? What was we just at? 30,000
Yeah, 30,000.
footmen.
So we was at verse 10.
Just 10. So at verse 9, when you're reading, it just dawned on me what they were saying. Actually, in verse 8, it dawned on me what they're saying. Woe unto us, who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty powers? These are the powers which smote the Mizrites, which all the plagues in the wilderness. But the Philistines are a part of the Mizrites.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess reading this before or hearing about this before really made me think the Philistines were a part of Canaan because there was really quite a variation between them and the Mizrites. So the way they speaking here, seem like they would be PO'd about the situation that happened with them, because that was their people.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, they making reference to it like, oh, that thing happened. It's like, a whole sector of your family wiped off. Your uncle and all of his people, and you just like no big deal. No, you're gonna be PO'd about that. You're gonna be like, man, when I catch them jokers, you know what I'm saying? it's gonna be on, like forever on. We ain't never getting over that. You done killed all my cousins, a whole branch of my tree.
Yeah, come.
You know what I'm saying? But they take it like it's almost like it's nothing. You know, like they belong to Canaan, really, like they belong to somebody else. So I thought that was unusual. But go ahead.
Verse 11. And the ark of the Most High was taken, and the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were slain.
Got him.
hmm In the same day, like it was prophesied.
Just like you told him. Like, yep. God.
Verse 12. And there ran a man of Benjamin out of the army, and came to Shiloh the same day, with his clothes rent, and with earth upon his head. So he's mourning.
Running. Morning and running at the same
Yeah.
time.
Verse 13. And when he came, lo, Eli sat upon a seat by the wayside watching, for his heart trembled for the ark of the Most High. And when the man came into the city and told it, all the city cried out. And when Eli heard the noise of the crying, he said, What meaneth the noise of this tumult? And the man came in hastily and told Eli. Now Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes were dim that he could not see.
Mm.
And the man said unto Eli, I am he that came out of the army, and I fled today out of the army. And he said, What is there done, my son? And the messenger answered and said, Israel is fled before the Philistines, and there hath been also a great slaughter among the people, and thy two sons also, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of the Most High is taken.
Mm.
And it came to pass, when he made mention of the ark of the Most High, that he fell from off the seat backward by the side of the gate, and his neck brake, and he died.
Mm.
For he was an old man and heavy,
Mm.
and he had judged Israel 40 years.
My goodness.
So he was what, 58 when he started judging Israel?
40 years, 'cause he was 98 then, and he died. So his two sons and him died all in the same day.
Wow.
My goodness. My goodness.
Wow. Verse 19. And his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with child, near to be delivered. And when she heard the tidings that the ark of the Most High was taken, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself and travailed, for her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death, the
Mm.
women that stood by her said unto her, Fear not, for thou hast borne a son. But she answered not, neither did she regard it.
Mm.
And she named the child Ichabod, saying, The glory is departed from Israel, because the ark of the Most High was taken, and because of her father-in-law and her husband.
Mm.
And she
That's-
said, Oh,
oh,
Slakia.
go ahead. Go ahead. Finish it on that.
All right. And she said, The glory is departed from Israel, for the ark of the Most High is taken.
Mm. Let's check out her son's name. Ichabod.
Ichabod.
Ichabod. Ichabod. Ichabod. No esteem. No glory.
Wow.
Ichabod. Wow. That is. Wow. He said I was gonna make their ears tingle, and
Yep.
that's pretty much what it is. My gracious. All right.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 5. Capture of the ark provokes the Most High. Verse 1. And the Philistines took the ark of the Most High, and brought it from Ebenezer unto Ashad. When the Philistines took the ark of the Most High, they brought it into the house of D, and
Mm-hmm.
set it by D.
Mm. Mm-mm. They
Right.
didn't set it by their idol. Oh my goodness. They took the ark of the Most High and set it by their idol.
Yeah.
This the
Whoa.
these the Philistines. Remember, remind you, they the ones that thanked this idol for delivering Samson. Well, these not the same ones because he killed all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, I guess it's their descendants. My gracious. All right, let's continue.
Verse 3. And when they of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, behold, D was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of Yahweh. And they took D and set him in his place again. All praises.
You know, the, uh, hold on. Hold up. The, the Ark of the Covenant, they just set the Ark of the Covenant by this idol. They came in the next day and that thing is on the ground, face down.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the Most High ain't having that. Like,
Not
oh,
at all.
you gonna put my oh no, get that thing out of here.
You know
They
that was the time to go ahead and return that thing then.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Here, take this. This don't belong to us. Take this. We don't want no smoke with y'all.
Right, right. All right, verse 4. And when they arose early on the morrow, oh Salaki, I think I just oh no,
Uh-uh.
that was yeah, that's
No, no.
right.
That was
And when they arose early on the morrow morning, behold, D was fallen upon his face to the ground before the ark of Yahweh, and the head of D and both the palms of his hands were cut off upon the threshold. Only the stump of D was left to him. Wow. Right.
crush that idol.
Right.
Crush that. How dare you bring the Ark of the Covenant of the Most High and sit it next to your piddly little idol
Mm-hmm.
and expect the Most High's Ark to sit there and he just gonna watch from Shamaim above and think nothing of it. Well, he didn't continue. Ark. This is too good right here.
Okay. Verse 5. Therefore, neither the priests of D nor any that came into D's house tread on the threshold of D in Ashad unto this day.
Mm.
But the hand of Yahweh was heavy upon them of Ashad, and he destroyed them and smote them with emerods, even Ashad and the coast thereof.
Mhm.
And that's a plague,
All right, come. Yes, indeed. I mean, you didn't learn from the first night. That first night you came in there and that thing is on the ground. That should tell you, is we done messed up. Then the
Mm-hmm.
second night, now he done destroyed your idol, and what you think about to happen to you? He done started with that. Now what you think gonna happen?
Yeah.
You should, they'd have been better. It would have been smarter for them to build a temple, for the Ark of the Covenant. That would have been the smart thing to do, but they're not gonna do that
Come.
because they don't one they don't know. Two, uh, I mean,
It's like they weren't ignorant of the power of the Most High.
yeah, they
They
knew what he
knew
did.
that what he had done to their
Hmm.
kindred in
Hmm.
Mizraim. Uh, it just seems like they would have used better judgment after going waking up early in the morning and seeing that he's on the ground. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a sign. That's a
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
That's a message.
Right. Yeah.
So they got what's coming to them.
Con. They riding high because they done killed 34,000 Israelites, and they thinking, oh, they got it, and they done took the ark, so they riding high. They
Mm-hmm.
thinking that they got it, but they don't realize that this ark is a representation of the power of Israel, and I don't know what they thinking. You know, when you see that thing, when you see your thing on the ground, I mean, I just imagine. Now, flip this. Of course, it wouldn't happen because we serve the true power. But imagine you got a manure. You got a manure. You, we go out and fight our enemy, and our enemy is represented by a fish, and we take their fish and bring it into our temple, which we wouldn't do this, but hypothetically, we take our they fish and bring it into our temple, and somehow the manure is on the ground the next morning. You know, what we gonna think? We're gonna think like, oh, somehow the fish is standing, but the manure is on the ground. Uh, hmm. That's strange. And then the next morning you come back and the menorah, the branches are broken off the menorah and it's laying on the ground and the fish is still standing. I mean, was that a coincidence? 2 days in a row?
You come.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, again, that would never happen because we serve the true power. But just an example of what they would have experienced. And you know, I don't know. And he didn't give them a heart to eyes to see or ears to hear. He dealt that with us. So, but let's continue.
Verse 7. And when the men of Ashad saw that it was so, they said, the ark of the Most High of Israel shall not abide with us, for his hand is sore upon us and upon thee, our deity.
Mhm.
They sent therefore and gathered all the masters of the Philistines unto them and said, what shall we do with the ark of the Most High of Israel? And they answered, let the ark of the Most High of Israel be carried about unto Gath. And they carried the ark of the Most High of Israel about thither. And it was so that after they had carried it about, the hand the hand of Yahweh was against the city with a very great destruction.
Mm,
And he smote the men of the city, both small and great, and they had emerods in their secret parts. Man.
mm, my goodness.
Therefore they sent the ark of the Most High to Ekron, and it came to pass, as the ark of the Most High came to Ekron, that the Ekronites cried out, saying, they have brought about the ark of the Most High of Israel to us, to slay us and our people. Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what you about to get.
Well, verse 11. So they sent and gathered together all the masters of the Philistines and said, send away the ark of the Most High of Israel, and let it go again to its own place, that is to slay us not and our people. For there was a deadly destruction throughout all the city. The hand of the Most High was very heavy there. And the men that died, Slakia, verse 12, and the men that died not were smitten with emerods,
Mm,
and the cry of the city went up to the Shemaim.
my gracious. Well, that is the book of Samuel, the first 5 books, actually, as we begin today with our understanding Samuel. Salaki, I didn't even change the banner. But Shabbat Shalom to the Mishpachah. Meant to put that up. But final thoughts on these 5 chapters that we've read today in the first book of Samuel. Uh, I mean, lots of lessons to be learned. Anytime you pick up the book of the Most High, you definitely can learn some valued lessons. One is to raise these children properly and to not turn a weak hand to them. We saw Eli uh, basically be cut down, even though he was 98 years old. We saw his line be cut down from his sons. Now, it didn't say anything about the baby that was born. Uh, if it was a boy, it did say it was a son, right?
Khan, Ichabod.
Okay, Ichabod, yeah. So it was a son. So that that portion of him went on. We didn't see anything in the coming chapters about that son. So with those, uh, as he was born. So we'll have to see in the coming chapters if anything, if he comes, becomes a man of renown or what exactly happened. But the Most High said that no old man would be in his house, and so he basically lost his 2 boys, himself, and his daughter-in-law, all in that one day, at that one particular time. And wow, wow. So, and then we move to the house of the Philistines, where they decide to take away the Ark of the Covenant of the Most High of Israel, and they surprise, they get plagued with destruction. And it's ironic because they knew what had happened uh, to the Mizrahites. They knew what he had done there, and yet they thought, let's take this and then set it in the temple of their idol. Um, the one whose name we're not gonna say. But
Hmm.
that's just it's almost comical. It's comical for the sake of that we know better. But if you didn't know, you think, it's not really funny, but it's funny because we know. So go ahead.
You know, in these uh in these chapters that we've read in First Samuel, also what we read in the book of Ruth,
Mhm,
and all of what we read in the book of Shaphatim,
mhm,
I see the mercy and the love for Israel that
mhm,
the Father has for his children. You know, raising up judges to properly lead the people, doing a mighty work with Ruth, you know what I mean, and Boaz,
mhm,
we know that all that comes from that line, and David and Solomon and later on Mashiach.
mhm.
uh I see the love and the grace of the Father upon our people.
Right.
He's raised up Samuel, you know what I mean, in a dark period of time of our people where, even the priests are off at this
Mhm,
time, you know. And if
mhm.
we're seeing the priests behave like this, what can we expect that the people are doing?
Right. Yeah.
They're just equally off. And
Right.
we had read in Judges that every man was doing what he felt was right in his own
Oh
heart,
man. Mhm,
in his own eyes,
mhm,
and that's not what the Abba wants. So, he's gonna give us a chance by sending us people who will properly lead.
mhm.
Um, and we got to do our part as well, man.
Con.
Being circumspect,
Yeah.
abiding by these law, statute, and commandments, and keeping the faith,
Mhm.
which was always a part. Faith has always
Yeah.
been a part of the covenant.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Con. Yeah. So much to learn. You know, into this book of Samuel, and it's been interesting the first 5 chapters. We'll pick up with chapter 6 through 10 on Yom Shishi next
Con,
week. Yes, indeed, Abba willing.
You know,
And over
real
here.
quick,
Oh yeah.
you had made mention of how they had put their faith in something that they had built with their hands rather than
Hmm.
the faith in the Creator.
Hmm.
You know, to
Con.
deliver them out of the hands of the Philistines, and they suffered for that.
Yeah.
Likewise, when we don't have that faith, and we're living lawlessly, there's repercussions that come with it.
Con. Yeah.
That's
Indeed.
that's all. I was just thought about that real quick.
No, no, that was good. That was good. Absolutely. And yeah, that was definitely a sore spot. When we were reading that, I'm thinking, what? Go
Well,
get the go get the Ark of the Covenant, and we're gonna wave it. We're gonna wave. We're gonna. It's like, come on, man. I mean, come on. Mm, I don't know how they came to that, but yeah, definitely some good information, good knowledge, good reading for us, edification wise, and man, look forward to chapter 6 through 10, getting into a Yom Shishi, and Abba willing, we'll continue Yom Shabbat in the book of First Samuel, and then we'll move to Second Samuel as well, and continue to be edified through this history of Israel. So we're deep in the history now. We through the Torah, lots of historical points in the Torah, lots of historical points in Joshua. I mean, it's all history. Don't get me wrong,
mm-hmm.
but we'll get into the Kings and the Chronicles of the Kings, and all this will be lots of interesting writing that we'll go through and look at in depth. So all praises to the Most High for another Sabbath day and for the ability to get deeper into His Word. Anything else to add? Out?
Now that's about it, man. All praises for granting us another day, another set apart day to get into his word.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, with that, I am your Akazaki Yahoo, joined by my most esteemed Akenaniah. We give all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom, Wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant. Until that day, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom, family.